a hog, as they say, right?
They were on sale. Don't get the wrong idea.
Oh, okay, yeah. What time is it, guys? Is it time? It's time, isn't it? All right, so yeah, we're going to get rock and rolling. So here's what I wanted to cover today. And I mean, you know, I'm not sure that you guys can write anything down, but hey, Jamie, this is good stuff right here, right? What I'm getting ready to cover. This is good stuff. So, so what I want to talk about is I want to talk about how to handle objections at the end of the demo. And there's 4 main objections you hear, okay? So the 4 main objections that you ever hear on a demo, right, is can't afford it, right? So that'd be number 1, okay? Just can't afford it, all right? Number 2 would be, you know, don't want to make spur-of-the-moment decision, okay? That is definitely one of them you hear, right? The other would be too much for a vacuum.
Yep.
Okay, you know, that's a lot of money for a vacuum cleaner, you know. And then the last one would be, I have a lot of money in my vacuum cleaner. I have too much already invested in mine to buy another one, right? So what I want to do, I want to take each one of those objections one by one, right? And just give you guys a little bit of something to say when you hear the objections and teach you the steps and all that. So the best thing to know about closing that someone taught me years ago was that if you learn the steps, the objection doesn't matter, you know the steps. And so I guess what I'm saying is this is the same as any other thing, though people think selling is this mystical, difficult thing. No, it does have some steps though, right? That if you just learn those steps, you can handle any objection with confidence and you won't get stumped, okay? So basically the structure of overcoming an objection is, the best I can teach you just real quick is ABC. You know, the A stands for when you get an objection that you want to be a good listener and you want to kind of, you know, feel for them and say, well, I understand. And I can certainly understand how you feel. And I always like using those 2 words, feel and felt. I learned that 30 years ago that you say feel and felt. You know, I can certainly understand how you feel. And I'll be honest, if I felt that way, heck, I'd probably hold off on getting a rainbow tonight too. So let me just go ahead and get some stuff up here, okay? So what we teach you is to agree. Now, don't agree they ought not buy it. Just agree that you understand how they feel, right? Now, you know, it could be, Eddie, you okay? So it could be that someone says, we love it, but, you know, we're worried about our job, all right? So, you know, I say, well, I understand. And I'll be honest with you, if I felt that way, I'd probably hold off tonight too. Or they might say, you know, that's a lot of money for a vacuum. It's just more. I mean, I paid, you know, less than that for my car out there, right? Well, you know, I've had people actually say that, and I laugh because, you know, what are you going to get? What kind of car are you going to get for $2,500? But, you know, some people, you know, do that. But I'll say, well, I understand, you know, and I'll be honest with you, Tom, if I felt that way, I'd probably not get the rainbow tonight too. So let me just get some stuff up, right? Whatever their objection, you know, Jay, we don't make spur of the moment decisions. You know, we don't ever buy anything just on the spur of the moment. We did that years ago. We bought a car on the spur of the moment, and, you know, it was the worst decision we ever made, had nothing but trouble out of it. We made a pact. We were never going to decide anything like this on the spur of the moment. So, and I say, well, I understand how you feel. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I felt that way, heck, I'd probably hold off too. So let me just get some stuff up, right? So whatever the objection, I want to remember the first step is, hey, Irma, is to basically, we want you to understand where they're coming from. That doesn't mean you're saying they ought not get a rainbow. You're just saying, I understand, right? The second thing is to back off, right? So this is something that new people don't quite get, and that is that we've got all these different payment options, from lowering their payment from you know, the 87, we can go down to 63. I'm sorry, 67. We can go on down to 59. You know, we can defer the payment for 3 months. We can go 4 months. We can go 6 months. You know, we've got 6 months, same as cash. We've got a year, same as cash. We've got 2 years, same as cash. We've got all, we could throw the shampooer in. We could throw a rainmaker. We could throw a mop in. We could give them all the attachments. I mean, you got all this stuff that you can do. Yeah, I mean, there are dealers that they say, I'll pay the sales tax, right? Hey, I'll take $200 off the price if you just buy it tonight. I mean, I've had people do that. You know, there's a lot of different things that you could do. The problem is when you're new like this, you got to understand that if you sit there and just start throwing stuff at them, it does not work as well. All right, because then they like, well, what else can you do? If you can do that, well, what else could you do? You know, so
Not only
plus
that, but
sitting
they're
there
going to wonder why we're so, if we're giving them all those different things, they could say, well, why are you so desperate to sell one? Why are they
correct.
not
It
selling
makes you
without
look
all that
desperate.
stuff? Yeah.
Yep. And it makes it look like to them that you are getting ready to sell them one and rip them off. Now you're actually wanting to give them a fair price. So, see, you got to remember that anytime you make an offer, you have to make that offer, number one, sound special, sound awesome, but an offer won't work unless you first back off and let them relax. Because when they tell you no, they're nervous. When they first have to say, well, we liked it, Jessica, I know, I mean, you've got a little sweat on your forehead. I mean, I know you worked hard and I know you drove an hour. And I feel so bad, but we just can't get it tonight. I mean, do you know how hard that is for someone to say, particularly to someone like you, Jessica, who is so nice and, you know, I'm sure you're nice to them. And so look, they're nervous about telling you no. And so, you know, when they say no, if you just keep beating at them, well, what if we could do this? What if I can get your first payment starting, you know, in 60 days? Or 90 days, would that help you out? No, that wouldn't. I still think we need to wait. Well, what if I could go, you know, 6 months? Well, I'll tell you what if I did this? What if I lowered your payment to 73 and put your first payment off? See, you start saying it's no, 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 no. I'll never forget, I had a customer that I offered her 73. She said no. I offered her 59. And when I was telling her to 59, she started saying no as I was offering the 59. I said, you didn't even hear what I said, right? And so I said, what if I could do $30 a month? What if I could do $20 a month? You know, she said, no, 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 everything. Now, I can't do $20 a month, but I proved a point to myself that no matter what I offered her, she was going to say no because I didn't follow my steps, right? So remember, whatever the objection, doesn't matter. I want you to follow the steps. So again, when they say they can't get it right now, I say, oh, and I listen, and oh my gosh, you know, it's just bad time, and I understand. Well, guys, if I felt that way, I'd probably hold off too. So let me just get some stuff up, right? And I teach you to stand up and literally back away from the customer, right? And what I do a lot of times is I grab my light and I start trying to maybe wrap my cord up, or if you use the bag during the demo, maybe you unfold the bag and you refold the bag, right? But either way, it looks like I'm packing up and I'm getting ready to get out of my house, right? So I had a dealer yesterday, Jessica, you ready? You got a bag to throw up in? So I had a dealer yesterday that called me because I threw up, right? And I said, let me speak to your customer. She said, well, hold on. She's helping me carry the rainbow to the car. I didn't even know what to say, all right? The customer's helping her carry the rainbow to the car, and she's calling me. I said, well, what do you want me to do? I said, you already packed it up. You guys are in the middle of carrying it to the car, and then you're going to call the office, okay? So I don't understand. So today she called, finished with her demo, and she said, they can't get it right now. I said, okay, well, be careful getting home. I'll write it down. It was a demo. I'm not talking to her customer. Okay, she's still packing the rainbow up. She's already offered everything. She's already offered 9.9. She's offered a $59 payment. She's offered 6 months deferred. She's doing it all wrong, all of it, every single bit of it wrong, right? And what is frustrating for me is that this is a good dealer with potential that never comes to any training. She's never on these videos. She doesn't know what she's doing, and bless her heart, you know, she isn't going to be here long, all right, because she doesn't know what she's doing. And that's my fault, by the way, that she doesn't know what she's doing. I got to find a way to get her butt right there in the seat, and I'm going to work with her one-on-one in the office. We're going to fix her, right? Or we're going to lose her. That's our two choices. But when they say, no, I'm backing off, and I just start kind of packing up, I say, so you really like that rainbow, huh, Mary? So let me ask you this, out of everything it did here, Tom, what was your favorite thing the rainbow did? What did you like most about it? And he's going to tell me, I like the way it got the dirt up, or I like the shampoo, or whatever it is he said. And I say, you know, it was one of my favorite things because, you know, if you're going to vacuum, you do want to be cleaning. And I'm sure you understand that a bag or filter vacuum cleaner like your Shark here, when those filters are clogged, it just has no airflow. And I don't care what you do, it ain't going to pick the dirt up. Mary, what was your favorite thing about the rainbow? She might say, I like the way, you know, it mopped, or I like the way it made my house smell. Whatever it is she says. But I will tell you one thing, Jessica, that I'm doing right here is I'm talking about what they liked about the rainbow. I'm not talking about their financial problems. I'm not talking about the coronavirus. We're talking about what they loved about the rainbow right here, right? So if I can change the subject back to the rainbow and away from the problems, right? Their financial problems, their whatever, right? I think I got a better chance of selling the rainbow if I ask them what they like best about the rainbow here while I'm packing up, right? And of course, you know, whatever it is she says, I said that was my wife's favorite thing, or I hear that from most ladies, whatever they say. Then I say, well, let me ask you this, right? So you guys remember the ABC, I hope, you know, the A was agree and understand, use, feel, and felt. The B is back away. What is the C? So what is the C? The C is, well, let me ask you this, Bill and Mary. I know you love the rainbow, especially after they just told me what they like most. I sit down with them and say, other than the fact that I've just hit y'all at a bad time, Bill, is there any, or Tom, is there any other reason why you wouldn't help Mary get the rainbow? I mean, other than the bad timing, is that the only thing? And he's going to say, yeah, that's the only thing. You did a great job. We want one, right? And I say, well, listen, I appreciate your honesty, and I'll reach out and shake his hand. Thank you for telling me the real reason you can't get the rainbow, right? So I want to just stop and think for a second. You know, like our kids, when our kids tell us, Mommy, I can't because of this, and then you just immediately go over there and take that objection away. Now, go, right? Now that it's taken care of, go, right? So that was the only problem, and you took it away. So now go, right? So the only objection was bad timing, as far as I know. But what the C does, the C confirms that that's the only problem. And you know why we want to do that? So when I overcome that by giving them a deferred payment or whatever, if they said it's a bad time, and I deferred a payment, that they can't say, well, I think we just need to think about it. I don't like making spur of the moment decisions. See, and so instead of them giving me a different objection, I shook their hand. That's the only thing keeping you from getting Mary the rainbow. So if it was just maybe a couple months from now, you guys would have gotten it. Okay. So appreciate you being honest with me and tell me the real reason why you're not getting the rainbow tonight. Well, let me tell you what I can do for you then, right? Since that's the only thing holding you up, let me tell you what I can do, right? So now I want to overcome the objection, but you got to understand what it is that I'm saying here. You got to get this, that you don't offer anything until you've confirmed that that's the only thing that's keeping them from getting it. Because if you don't, they're just going to give you a different objection, right? But if I can get them to commit to me that it is only the bad timing, so if this were a few months from now, we would have gotten it, and then we shake on that. Thank you for being honest with me and telling me the real reason why you can't get the rainbow. So let me tell you what I can do for you, because I've certainly ran into this before. And Bill, let me tell you what I'd recommend, right? And just grab your sheet and write this down, right? So, you know, we teach in, hang on a second here. Might not be able to do this, but. Okay, no, we can't figure it out. All right. So, but I like taking my paper, maybe it's the back of my 20-year sheet or whatever, and I write down the price of the rainbow, $32.98. Then I write down $26.98. Then I'll write down no money down. I'll write this out over here. So I'm over here like this. Let me tell you what I'd recommend. And I write it all down, right? And then I say, let me tell you what I can do, Bill. All right. So the rainbow's on sale for you while I'm in your home tonight. Instead of having to pay the $32.98, you get it on sale and you save $600, right? But there is one condition on that $600 savings, Tom, and that is that you purchase while I'm in your home. Now, why does my company have that? Well, I'm not really sure, but I do know that you get a discount by buying while I'm in your home. So let me tell you what I can do, since I've hit you at a bad time though. We can work it out. We can do no money down tonight, right? I know you probably can't read my chicken scratch, but no money down. Next month, which is May, right, you wouldn't pay anything. Then in June, you wouldn't pay anything. And then, and I don't know how far we went, but let's say we went to July, which is 3 months from now, right? Because the day is the 16th of April. So instead of 4/16, it'd be 7/16 if we went 3 months, right? So then I'd write down, and then in July, when you guys said y'all could get a rainbow, we just pick up, and your payments would either be, we can either go 48 months. In this case, by the way, on my example here, I wrote it all the way out to August because this customer needed to August without a payment. See that? But so I wrote it out though, and I said we can do $87 for 48 months, or we can do $109 for 36 months. Okay. Now, the reason that I wrote both options down was because when I explained to them that we can do no money down tonight, next month, which is May, you wouldn't pay anything. Then in June, you wouldn't pay anything. And then in July, Jessica, when you're going to get the rainbow anyway. And then in July, Jose, when you all going to get the rainbow anyway. Okay. And then Anna, in July, when y'all can get the rainbow anyway. So you got to use their objection to close them. Does that make sense? You turn their words around into a yes, right? Because someone told me years ago, if you listen, the customer will tell you what you got to do to sell them. If you listen, the customer will tell you what it's going to take to sell them. All right. So I'm going to take this, after we shook, and that's the only thing holding them back. Then I'm going to write this down and tell them you can do either the 109 for 36 months, or we can do the 87 for 48. Okay. Of course, I guess the main thing is Mary could go ahead and be using it. Mary, let me ask you a question. When would you want to start getting this dirt out? What is she going to say if I say, when, Mary, would you want to start getting this condition out of your home?
Right
by
now.
the way, yeah, she's going to say right now. Notice what I got over here, by the way. See that? 30 black cloths.
Yep.
30. You got to pull dirt, right? I know it's unpopular. I know it's not sexy, right? But you got to pull dirt, okay? You do. And I say that because I know we have a lot of ladies on here, and they're ladies, and ladies hate getting, their hands dirty and all that. But listen, you got to pull dirt. The way you're going to make someone want the rainbow is they got to see the need for it, and they got to see that it's going to save them money, right? You got to do a good demo. And I can't, none of this will work if you didn't do a good demo. So I'm just taking for granted that everybody on here did their job, shampooed, you mopped, you did it all, right? And then you come down to the end and they want the rainbow now because you did that. You did it right, right? And listen, you can't do an hour demo. I don't care who you are. You can't call me on a 5 o'clock demo at 6 or 6:30 and be done. I know that when that happens, you didn't do a good demo, right? When we hang the phone up, you want to know what I say? I hang the phone up and I stand up and I say, oh my God. And if somebody always says, what's wrong, Jay? Let me tell you what Joe just did. Joe just did an hour demo. Oh my gosh, right? That is what's said in this office because it can't be done, okay? It can't be done. And well, let me rephrase. It can't be done and you be successful. It can be done, but you won't sell it. I don't think you can do a good enough demo that quick, y'all. You know how long it takes me to get my green lights? Jessica, how long does it take? An hour, right? It can take up to an hour to get 4 green lights, okay? You can't be done with your whole thing in an hour and you got 4 green lights and you told me you've done the whole demo? I mean, in my mind, I'm going to be sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, really? Okay. So, and here's how I look at that. You're going to do 21 demos, right? Why you want to be the first person to do 21 demos and the only sales you made was when we sent somebody with you? Really? I mean, you might have sold 1, right? I'm just saying, you got to be able to like realize that you got to do everything, and so, but anyway, I'll look at Mary and I'll say, but Mary, when would you want to start getting this dirt out of your home? She's going to say yesterday. I say, exactly. So Tom, let me ask you, would you want to do the 109 or would you want to do the 87? Which one? And I teach you to do this when you say that. I say, would you want to do the 109, Tom, or you want to do the 87? Which one? And I teach you to look down at the paper and wait. That's how I close the sale. If you want to know how to close a sale, you say you want to do the 87 or the 109, Tom. That's the closing statement. That's the wording you've been waiting to learn right there. You give them a choice and you say, which one? You don't ask them, what do you think, Tom? If I could put your first payment out in August, would that work? Would that help you? Don't ask them that. They've already told you what. What did they already tell you? They already told you they could in August. They already told you that. We shook on it. That's the only thing holding you back. So if this were August, you guys would have gotten it. Well, let me tell you what I can do. I've run in this before. Let me tell you what I recommend, right? Now, but why is it that they should buy the Rainbow tonight? Because they what? They save $600.
Yep.
So before I offered anything, I make sure I remind them that you save $600 tonight. Tom, everybody likes to get things on sale. I love to get things on sale. I've never walked around saying, you see this shirt? I paid twice what they were asking for it. Man, I've really paid a lot of extra money for this shirt. Nobody brags about it, but we do say, you see this shirt? Got it half price. That everybody wants to get things on sale. And I'll say that to him. I said, but the Rainbow's on sale tonight, right? But let me tell you what I can do. And then offer them this. And then say, but Mary, if you had it, would you use it? And when would you want to start getting the dirt out? She's going to say tonight. I say, Tom, if she wanted to get the dirt out, you'd want her to, right? So the only question I have for you is, we're going to do the 87 or the 109? Or I've even done this before. I said, Tom, if she wanted to go ahead and get the dirt out, you wouldn't get mad at her, would you? If she wanted to get this condition out of your home, great. So you want to do the 87 or the 109? If I'm asking, you wouldn't be mad at her if she wanted to get the dirt out, would you? Great. So you want to do the 87 or the 109? It depends on the people I'm talking to as to what I ask right there, right? But I guess the main thing is that I don't sit there and hope that they, tell me they're going to take it, right? I just need you to say you want to do the 87 or the 109. That's all I need you to say. Well, I guess we'll just do the 87. Great, Tom. Let me get some information, get you qualified for that. And I grab my credit out and start filling it out, right?
Hey, Matt.
That
Sorry,
is,
children
that's
are
okay.
here.
That's an easy way to handle it's a bad time, right? Because that was really what that objection was. Can't afford it, right? Hey. All right, so what if the objection, though, instead of it's a bad time, is we don't make spur-of-the-moment decisions? Okay, what if that's the objection? Now, you hear this occasionally. You guys, let me ask you this. Those of you that aren't muted, I might have some of you muted, but where do you think you hear, I don't make spur-of-the-moment decisions? In a nice home or in a bad home?
Usually in a nice home.
Yeah, usually a nice home.
Correct. All right. So a lot of times they won't tell you they can't afford it.
Right.
They'll just say, hey, we want to think about it.
Yeah.
And older people will sometimes tell you that too. All right. So this was always an objection that I seemed to have the hardest time with, right? Till I learned my steps, right? So the steps are the same when they say, we don't want to make a spur-of-the-moment decision. I listen to them and I say, well, okay. Well, I can certainly understand how you feel, Tom. And I'll be honest, if I felt that way, I'd probably wait and think about it too. So let me get some stuff up, all right? And I come over here and I ask them what I like best about the rainbow. Same steps, right? See, the objection's not the important thing. The main thing is that I got steps. So why is that? Listen, you know, if you got confidence, these objections don't rock your world, right? You don't like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say to this one, right? And some of this stuff, it's just got to come with time. You can't rush this crap. And, you know, sometimes people want to know everything. They want to be great. I hear people say, you know, I want to be Mike Perkey. I want to be, you know, Crystal Bennett, or I want to be Chris Bays. Or look, then you need to be here 12 years like Chris Bays, and then you'll be a Chris Bays, right? So, you know, you can't expect to be great at something or as good as somebody's been doing it twice as long, you know, just yet. So, you know, as a rule, that's the case. But I ask them what they like best about the rainbow, and you know, he liked this and she liked that. And I'll say, you know, guys, sounds like you really like the rainbow. Let me ask you this, because you know, the third step is agree, back off. The third step's to C, right? Confirm, agree, back off, confirm. Step 3. So here's how to confirm looks. So I say, Tom, let me ask you this. When you say you want to think about it, what is it you need to think about it? Or what is you need to think about? Is it something about the price, something about the product, something about me? What would it be? Is it something about the price, something about the product, something about me? What would it be? So I give them 3 choices. I say, when you say you want to think about it, Tom, what is it you need to think about? Is it something about the product, something about the price, or something about me? What? And she, you know, he might say, well, the price.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say he said the price, right? So I'm going to say he said the price. I've never had anybody say, I want to think about you, Jay, right? So it's either the price or the product, right? So when they say it's just the price. So I say, well, okay, well, let me ask you this, Tom. Do you guys feel like y'all can afford the rainbow? I just ask him, do you feel like you guys can afford the rainbow? Right? You know what he might say? He might say, well, it's kind of a bad time right now. Right? So listen, I just thought I was dealing with, they need to think about it. But what was it really? It was a bad time, right? So it's actually not what the objection we thought it was, right? So what if he says it's just a bad time? I say, so when do you guys feel like you would be in better shape? And he's going to say, well, maybe in a couple of months. I say, was that the only thing holding you back? And we shake on it. And I say, well, tell you what, I run this before. Let me tell you what I recommend. And then I write out that deferred payment. See, it actually was not they needed to think about it, right? So that's why I ask them when I'm over here wrapping the light up and you say you want to think about it, what is it you need to think about, Tom? Something about the price, something about the product, something about me. What would it be? The price, product, or me? Price, product, or me? Price, product, or me? That's the 3 choices I give you. So he says the price. I say, well, let me ask you this. Do you feel like y'all can afford the rainbow? He says, well, that's what we need to look at. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you guys thought about it and decided to get the rainbow, how would you pay for it? Would you guys finance it like we did, or would you just pay for it? I mean, how would you probably do it? Now, so why am I finding that out? Well, see, Jessica, I might need to offer same as cash. Okay, maybe he says, no, we would write a check for it, but I just used a lot of my money for some property tax or, you know, whatever. So, or I just don't want to take a lot of money out of savings right now with all this stuff going on, right? The coronavirus, right? I say, okay, well, I can understand that, right? But when you do get it, you definitely would like to pay for it. Yeah, I definitely will pay for it. Well, let me just tell you this. I've run this before. Let me tell you what I recommend, all right? And I'm going to come back with the same as cash option. So I'm going to write down no money down today. First of all, I'm going to start with a $32.98, and I'm going to show them if you buys today, it's $26.98. I say, well, let me tell you what I can do to help you feel comfortable so you're not taking your money out of the bank right now during the coronavirus. Here's what we can do, and I write it out so I can get you guys no money down tonight and give you 12 months to pay for the rainbow with absolutely no interest at all on the rainbow. So here's the deal. You can write a check for it tonight, or you can write a check for it in the next 12 months. It's the same price. But they give you some time for us all to get past all this stuff that's going on right now, okay? But I guess the main thing is, Mary, if you had it, would you use it? And Mary, when would you want to start getting this dirt out? She's going to say, yeah. I say, Tom, if she wanted to start getting that dirt out, I mean, you wouldn't get mad at her, would you? All right, awesome. So you want to do that 12 months same as cash? Let me get some information. What's your address out here? Or I might just say, whose name would you put it in, Tom? And just start getting the credit app out, right? But I'm just trying to get you to understand. You got to listen and you got to find out what's the heck's going on, right? I don't want to offer a same as cash to somebody that can't pay cash. I mean, they're a budget person, right? So that's why I said, if you got a rainbow, how would you pay for it? Would you do the payment plan like we did, or would you just pay for it? What would you do? We said, well, we'd have to do that payment plan. Okay, well, maybe I offer deferred there, right? But it's all because I listened, right? So, but before you know what you got to isolate. So what if, though, I'm over here wrapping up and I say, Tom, sounds like you really like the rainbow, you know, after I asked him what he liked and after I asked her what she liked. And I said, when you say you want to think about it, what is it you need to think about? Something about the price, something about the product, something about me, what would it be? Let's say he said, well, I just want to do a little research. Okay. I just want to research it a little bit before I buy it. Okay. I say, well, guys, I understand that. All right. You know, Tom, I'm going to be honest with you, right? When he says that, I'm going to come back and say, you sound just like who?
Me.
Who's he sound like? Just like me.
Yourself.
Okay. See, whatever it is he said, I said, Tom, you sound just like me. Because when they came and did my demo, I said the exact same thing to my salesperson that was in my home. All right. Because see, I work hard for my money and I try to be smart with my money. Right. And so I just don't want to waste money and spend money on a product. It just ain't worth it. But you know what the sales lady that sold me my rainbow kind of pointed out to me, Tom? Well, she asked me, she said, Jay, if you research any product normally, how do you research it? You know, you probably go on the internet and read about it, right?
Google.
You might even have a friend that has it. So you ask them, right? Maybe you go down to the store when the stores aren't closed, right? Go down to the store, check it out, you know, see what all it looks like, what all features it has. But wouldn't it be awesome, instead of reading about a product or just seeing it in the store, what if we could actually bring that product home? What if we could use it in our home, right? Touch it, use it, see the results from it, evaluate whether it's right for our particular situation. Well, guess what we've done here tonight, Bill or Tom? We've actually done that, right? We've had the product here. I've been in your house for 2 hours at this point, okay? And you've got a chance to use it. And I think if someone told you that they had a rainbow and it cleaned great, I think still seeing the dirt out of your home is going to actually verify that. Or if you had somebody that said, yeah, I got a rainbow and it doesn't clean well, Tom, I still think you'd probably say, well, that's not what I saw, right? It sure cleaned well when they had it at my house, right? So see, you had the best, you've done the best research. If you made a decision not to buy the rainbow tonight, or if you made a decision to buy the rainbow tonight, you know the last thing this would be a spur of the moment decision. This is probably the most researched decision on buying a product you've ever made in your life at this point right here, right? But also, anyway, you can just go from there to saying, but I guess the main thing is, if you thought about it a week, a year, a day, a minute, the main thing you just want to make sure that it's the right decision, right? Do you agree, Tom, that the rainbow would save you money? And he's going to say, yeah. Do you agree that it cleans a lot better than any vacuum cleaner you've ever seen?
Definitely.
And he'll say, yeah. Do you agree that the 10-year warranty is the most amazing warranty you've ever seen on a product? In fact, my car out there cost about $30,000 and it came with a 4-year, wait a minute, or 48,000 mile warranty. And guess what? I put 48,000 miles on it in 2 years. So I had a 2-year warranty on my $30,000 investment. You have a 10-year motor warranty on this rainbow. Okay. Do you agree that's awesome? He's going to say, yeah. I say, so I guess the only thing you have to decide is if you would use it. So Mary, if you had it, would you use it? And she's going to say, yeah. And I say, Tom, knowing she's going to use it, the only question I have for you is, would you help her get it? Awesome. So you want to do the cash, check, credit card, or payment plan, right? And whatever I'm just going to help them decide, right? But it's just a little bit of logic that you can use, right? When they say that they want to think about it, then I say, I understand. You know, and if I felt that way, I'd wait too. And I go over here and I start wrapping my stuff up and ask them what they like best about it. And then I want to isolate or confirm. That's to see. I say, when you say you want to think about it, what is it you need to think about? Something about the price, something about the product, something about me. What would it be? And if he says, what's the price? I say, well, let me ask you, do you feel like, guys, do y'all feel like you can afford the rainbow? And he says, well, maybe that's what that's what we need to look at. You know, I'm just not sure if the timing's right. Okay. And then I maybe need to work with him on a payment option, right? Same as cash, whatever, right? But if he says it's the product, I want to research it. Sit down with him and let him understand. Oh, I know what I forgot to say in there too. I knew there was something. That's why I paused just a second. But I like to say, Anna, when is the last time you and Chase, it's not Chase, is it?
Chase, yeah.
Okay. You and Chase, even though I've never met him, all right? But when's the last time you and Chase ever sat down uninterrupted for 2 hours and talked about anything to make a decision? Probably you didn't even talk that long about deciding to get married, buy a house, right? Listen, that's what we've done tonight, is we spent 2 hours researching and talking about the benefits of owning a rainbow here in your home, right? So I let them understand this notion that this is a spur of the moment, quick, snap decision. It is not true. It's probably one of the best, most researched decisions you've ever made and when it comes to buying a product. And then you want to just ask them, do you agree the rainbow is going to save you money? Do you agree that it works better than any, and I'm pointing to the dirt, that it's better than any vacuum you've ever seen? Do you agree that the 10-year warranty is amazing, right? And that the life expectancy of 30, 35 years, this would probably be the last vacuum cleaner you ever have to purchase. So I guess the only question you got to decide, and that is, Mary, if you had it, would you use it? She's going to say, yeah, you know I'd use it. I say, Tom, if no one married use it, the only question I have for you is, would you help me get it? And which way is going to work best, cash, check, credit card, or budget, right? And just which way is going to work best, cash, check, credit card, or budget? And just have your book out and say, so which way y'all want to do it, cash, check, credit card, or budget? You know, budget's the payment plan, but anyway. But all I'm doing is I'm closing the sale, right? The whole time, right? Now you can just call us and say, hey, Jesus, take the wheel. Would y'all talk to my customer? Hey, Tom, he wants to thank you for looking. And we will do that. But I got you got to agree, it's harder to tell someone face-to-face no than it is someone on the phone that isn't sweating, that didn't come out and work. It's easy for them to tell me no on that phone, but it's hard for them to tell you no face-to-face. But you make it easier to say no when you don't have confidence here, when you don't know what to say, or when you do say, so guys, I mean, he said he could give you that 3 months deferred. Would that help you out? I mean, it's easy for them to say no when you do it that way. But if you tell them, you already told me you guys could do it in 3 months, and this would work for you guys. So let me do this. Let me get some information on this credit app and get you qualified. Guys, what's your address out here? That's hard to say no to when you do that. You already told me, guys, y'all can do it in 3 months, so that'll work for you. So let me get some information. What's y'all's address, Tom? I'll get you qualified. I mean, will you ever get somebody that'll say, well, we still gonna wait? Well, yeah, you are. But what if you got an extra credit app a month and made an extra sale a month? Was this meeting worth the aggravation? See, that's the way I look at it. Everything we do has a benefit. And, I mean, it does. You'll learn something one way or another, right? So by you getting on here today, you made a decision. I want to learn something today. And I don't know if it's a lot, but you might pick one thing up that might get you one sale somewhere along the line. So the other objection I want to throw at you was this one. It's too much for a vacuum, okay? Hey, Ryan, we're not able to use this. Am I able to, can you bring your pen? Maybe I'll try to use the whiteboard. My pen, your pen won't work on mine? Oh, really? It won't work? If it won't work, I don't even know how to get to that whiteboard. Y'all, this is right there. That's it right there. So guys, here we go. So let's say that it's too much for a vacuum, right? So when they say it's too much for a vacuum, I say, well, okay, well, I can certainly understand how you feel. And don't get mad when they say that crap either, because it pisses me off when someone says that, but I got to control it, right? So I say, well, I understand. Well, guys, if I felt that way, I'd probably hold off too. So let me get some stuff up, right? So I back off and I ask them what they like best about the rainbow, right? Same thing. What'd you like best about the rainbow, Mary? What'd you like best, Tom? And I say, guys, sounds like to me you really what? Really like the rainbow, right? Let me ask you this. Here's my question. You ready? This is kind of taking the place of the C, the confirm. I'll say, Tom, tell me what you think. Do you think that if Mary used your shark every day, that it would ever get that dirt out of your home?
Nope.
And you know, realistically, if you did a good demo and he's not being a smartass, he'll say, no, I really don't think it's ever going to get the dirt up. So then I say, well, then obviously, guys, or obviously, Tom, Mary's in a situation where she needs a new vacuum. I say that. I say your wife's in a situation where she needs a new vacuum. All right. Tom, let me ask you this. If y'all didn't get the rainbow, what would you get? Okay. Now let's just say I said, if you didn't get a rainbow, what would you get? Okay. And I said, before you answer that, let me explain to you. I grab my 20-year sheet, the back of it, or a legal pad, whichever, and I write this out. I'm going to try to write it on the screen. I hope this works. Things like this normally don't work out for me. Just go ahead and tell you right up front. I say, guys, if you came down to the store to purchase a rainbow from me, right? And I would explain to you, sir, there's 3 types of vacuum cleaners on the market, right? There's System A, right? It's not writing.
That's an eraser.
Turns out, System
Go.
A. System A, okay? So System A is your cheaper vacuums, like your Bissells, your Hoovers. They're inexpensive. They're sold at Walmart and Target and around. And they usually sell for around $200, and they have a life expectancy of somewhere around 3 to 5 years. Right? So over a period of 20 years, you're going to end up buying about 5 of them at about $200 each. So you're going to spend about $1,000 on System A. Okay. Now System A uses filters, right? Now those filters aren't very good filters, right? They're kind of the cheaper ones, right? They don't really do a great job at filtering out the air. They let a lot of the stuff come back through. But you know, that's what they use. And those filters are about $30 a set, and the manufacturer recommends you replace them twice a year, right? So on those filters, we would end up spending about $1,200 to replace our filters. So if you'll look, you're going to spend about $2,200 on System A, all right? Now, System A, the machines are real poorly built. They don't seal good around. Air's leaking out all of them. The filters clog up real quick. They literally work at about 20% efficiency, okay? But hey, you know, Tom, that'd be an option, right? For a little bit more money, we have System B, right? So System B would be your Dysons, maybe your Sears Kenmores, right? These machines are definitely built better, and they have a longer life expectancy, okay? In fact, those machines last anywhere from 8 to 10 years normally, all right? So over a period of 20 years, Tom, you'd end up buying 2 of them. They're about $600 each. So you spend about $1,200 on System B over a period of 20 years just buying the vacuum, right? Now, System B also uses filters, right? These filters are a little bit better filters, though. They're HEPA filters, right? Now, so they're going to filter better. Of course, to be honest with you, they clog quicker because the holes are smaller and they get clogged up quicker, but they do filtered air better. But unfortunately, those filters are more money. Yeah. Those filters are normally around $50 to $75 a set of filters. And again, same rules apply. You change them twice a year. So those filters are going to run you about $1,000 if you replace them twice a year. And that's probably wrong. I got that wrong, didn't I? Sorry, it's $100 a year. That's $2,000. So that's $3,200 that you're going to spend on system B. Okay. Now, system B, because it's got those HEPA filters and they clog really quick, system B works at about 40% efficiency. Okay. So they're going to get about 40% of the condition out of your home. For a little bit more money, we do have System C. System C, this machine, it has a life expectancy of 30 years. Okay. System C doesn't use any filters whatsoever. In other words, once you purchase the system, you don't have to buy anything else for it, right? And System C, the best part of all, works at 100% efficiency, right? And I don't have to tell you, but obviously System C is the rainbow at the $2698.90. So Tom, if you look at that, we could go out tomorrow and we could spend $2,200 on a cheap vacuum. Over a period of 20 years, you end up buying 5 of them and all the filters, you end up spending $2,200 and you're going to get 20% of dirt. Or you could spend $3,200 on, a Dyson or Sears Kenmore and remove 40% of dirt. Or you could go ahead and get 100% of this condition out of your home. And it would only cost you $2698.90, right? So Tom, I think you probably like me, you agree that System C is definitely the best option, okay? But I guess the main thing is, and I'm gonna come right back to, but I guess the main thing is, what's the main thing? Mary, if what? What's my closing question? And I guess the main thing is, Mary,
When do you want to start?
if you had it, would you use it? Tom, if Mary would use the rainbow and Mary would want to get this condition out, you wouldn't get mad at her, would you? If she wanted to get this dirt out of your home? Awesome. So which way is going to work best? Cash, check, credit card, or budget? That's just a real simple logic that gets them to understand that there's one thing called the price of something. There's another something called the cost of ownership. So what am I talking about? What is the price of something? The price of something is what it costs you to buy it and take it home. The cost of ownership is how much you spend on it over a period of time, right? So what you got to show them is that the initial price is more, but the cost of ownership is less. Does that make sense? You got to show them that whether I leave the rainbow or whether I don't, you're still going to spend the money, right? We're just not going to do it in a structured payment plan that's due on the 15th of every month. No, we're going to spend a little money here and a little money there, and over a period of 20 years, we still end up spending the money. But that'd be crazy to do that, Tom. If Mary wouldn't use it. So let me ask you, if you had it, would you use it, Mary? Knowing that, Tom, which way is going to work best? Cash, check, credit. I just keep coming back. Which way is going to work best, right? I'm always closing the sale, right? So anyway, the only other objection you might get, and I'll just give you this one real quick and we'll be done. And that is, I got a lot of money in my vacuum cleaner, Jay, and occasionally we hear this, I run into this before when they got a Kirby they've had for 4 or 5 years, or maybe even a Dyson they've only had for, a year, or a Shark they got at Christmas time. I mean, $600 in a vacuum cleaner, they might say, that's a lot of money for me to throw away. I've only had it for 6 months, or got it at Christmas. I've only had it 4 months. So whatever they say there, when they tell me I got a lot of money in my vacuum and I just need to get a little bit more use out of it before I get rid of it, I say, well, I understand. And I'll be honest with you, Tom, if I felt that way, I'd probably hold off too. So let me get some stuff out. Remember, same steps. See, again, you just got to remember your steps, right? So whatever the, hang on just a second, getting some background. Okay, so I take my light or unfold my bag, start folding it up, and it looks like I'm packing up. And I ask him, what's the thing you like best about the rainbow, Tom? He tells me, I say, I think that was my favorite thing, or I hear that from most men. And I say, Mary, what do you like best? She said, you know, I like the way it makes my house smell. And I say, I'll be honest with you, that was my wife's favorite thing. In fact, her favorite fragrance was that orange, just like yours. See, why do I do that, Jose? Because we're the same. You got to remember, when I'm in a home, we're the same, right? Like whatever it is he is, I am, right? You know, one guy said one time, if they're a Carolina Tar Heels fan, I'm a Tar Heels fan. You know, if they're a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Go
You know, one of our guys says, yeah, one of our dealers says if he's a homosexual, I'm a homosexual. Okay, whatever.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
okay? Like while I'm in their home, okay, while I'm in their home, I'm gonna be like them. We're gonna be buddies. Okay, it is important that they can relate to you. You know, there's a neat video on YouTube that's called Mirroring, right? If you get a chance, watch it. It's a doctor talking about conversations and making people like you, ways to mirror them, right? To make yourself appear like them, right? It's kind of interesting to hear what he has to say on there, how people relate to you. If you get in there and they're hyper and then you try to be hyper, okay, they can relate to you better. Or if they're shy and quiet, you may come across as a shy, quiet. It's amazing what he says. And so that's what I think that's what I'm trying to say is like people feel more comfortable when they know we're the same. Okay. And so, you know, and we know that's true because who are most of our friends? Most of our friends are people like us. Okay. Why is that? Well, because we all feel more comfortable around people like ourselves. There is truth to that. So, you know, but so when they say they like the fragrances, I say, you know, that was my favorite part. In fact, we love the orange just like you. That was our favorite one, you know, or like when he said, you know, I wanted to think about, I said, you know, I'll be honest with you, you sound just like me because I said the same thing when they showed me the rainbow. These things, the little things we say like that are important. So, but anyway, we were handling when it's too much, I got too much in my vacuum. So anyway, I asked him what he liked best, and I tell him that was my favorite thing too. But I say, let me ask you this, Tom. Other than the fact that you feel like you just got too much money in your vacuum, is that the only thing holding you back from getting a rainbow? So if you had never bought that, you would have went ahead and got the rainbow. Okay, well, that's just my luck. I'm a little late. And I say, well, guys, listen, let me ask you a question. It's a silly question, but I gotta ask you, right? Y'all take vitamins, and they'll say, yeah, you know, everybody takes vitamins, right? Especially at my age, you need to take vitamins, right? So let me ask you, say you went out and you got a 5-year supply of vitamins, right? And say you spent $200, $300 on these vitamins, right? Tomorrow you got up and everybody in the family took a vitamin. By noon, everybody's sick on their stomach, right? The next day you get up, everybody takes a vitamin. By noon, everybody's sick on their stomach. Third day, the same thing happens. Pretty soon, you figure out, you know, we weren't getting sick till we started taking those vitamins, right? So here today, nobody take a vitamin, so everybody feels fine the whole day. The next day, everybody gets up, takes a vitamin. Again, soon after they're feeling sick. I got a question for you. What do you do with the vitamins? I mean, you paid a lot of money for them. No, you paid a lot of money for them. You got to take them. I mean, we got a lot of money in them, right? See, it's the same thing when you have a vacuum cleaner that's not getting the dirt out and blowing it back out in the air. Yeah, you got a lot of money in it. But let me ask you a question. Does it make sense to continue to use it knowing it's not working any more than taking those vitamins would make sense, right?
Nope.
But just let me ask you this. If, let's say you used your Shark for 5 more years, heck, 10 more years, heck, 20 years. You called me 20 years from now and say, Jay, I'm ready. I feel like I got my money's worth out of my Shark. Bring me the rainbow, right? How much money would you have invested in your Shark?
A buttload.
The same amount, wouldn't you? I mean, that wouldn't change, right? Guess what? You're never going to get your money back out of your Shark.
Nope.
The way I look at it, why do you want to keep using it and let it cost you a lot more money? right? But I guess the main thing is, if you had it, would you use it, Mary? Or knowing that, Tom, I know you'd help her get it. Which way's going to work best? Cash, check, credit card, or budget? Same exact closing. I don't know. You know, that's called the vitamin close. It's just a good logical close when someone gives you an illogical statement like, I got a lot of money in my shark and I need to use it a little longer, right? So anyway, listen, you need to hear all this stuff many more times. I'm pretty sure Ryan is recording these meetings and putting them on our thing. What is it called? What is it called, Ryan? Yeah, it's our website. So you go to GastoniaRainbow.com, go to Learning Center. Have y'all ever done that?
No.
Cool. We do it real quick when we end the meeting because I got 5 minutes. All right. Check this out. I'm gonna show them the videos. A lot of them have never seen them. Okay. So you're gonna go to GastoniaRainbow.com.
Hey, Jose.
Hey.
Go to GastoniaRainbow.com, right? There's the website, guys. See that?
Oh.
Do you see at the top right-hand corner, it says Learning Center. I'm going to click that. Then it's going to open up for you to put your information in. So I'm going to put my name. And I'm going to send the information. Now, I want you to look at this. It says your information has been added. You can continue to the videos by clicking here. So I'm going to click there. Now it's going to ask for my username and password. So the username is Rainbow. Okay, can y'all remember that?
Uh-huh.
Then the password is password. It's PASSWORD, password. Sign in. There's all our training videos. Okay, so like if you want to see a video on the full demo, pick the full demo, sorry. It is literally the entire demo from start to finish. The entire demo. The mop, the shampooer, closing, everything. You'll notice too, can you see over here on the right where it says 1/3?
Yep.
If you click that, there's 3 videos there. There's Ryan doing a demo, start to finish. And there's me doing a demo, start to finish.
That's different.
3 of them, okay? But anyway, if you go back, there's also on here on closing videos. See this one right here that says Jeff Ebert? That video right there is flipping amazing. If you will watch that video about 83 times, the 83rd time you'll understand it. It is amazing though, okay? So you have to watch that video. There's someone here on parts of the demo. There's the mini vac. There's someone here, the vac kill, where you put the vac cleaner on top of the box and blow the dirt.
You look so different.
I know. There's someone how to get green lights. There's seeing their miscellaneous down here at the bottom, MISC videos.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you what we got right here. We got when they have no carpet, what do? We got right there how to set an appointment, a video on how to set an appointment. There's one on building value. When the people are saying it's too, if you're getting a lot of customers saying it's too much for a vacuum, you need to watch that one. You're not building enough value. But this is what I want to get to is down at the bottom where it says rainbow versus rainbow. A lot of you guys go in and the people have an old rainbow. So this is a video on how to trade for an old rainbow with the new rainbow.
I watched that.
There's
the
the
other day.
differences. It shows you the differences.
Bella.
Okay. So if you
Hoses.
get a chance, go to the website. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining. It's been an hour, and I've enjoyed watching Anna cook and Lua run around, and Eddie's driving. So y'all All right. So y'all have a good evening. Stay safe. Let's talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
All
Bye.
right, later, guys.